as someone who fought on the front lines, as we approach this milestone, what are your thoughts, if any, that you have?
It just really jogged my memory, and just thinking back, how I went through all that. You know, I was drafted, so I was a soldier that really wasn't wanting to go to Vietnam. Nobody really did, I think, back in the day. I was just trying to get through it and survive.
Al Austin, in the documentary, he described soldiers as the Grunt, and he said in part, the Grunt is 21 years old.
He was drafted, or he enlisted for one term. His war is a small patch of jungle spattered with 3 of his friends. He has killed a man.
How well did you, or maybe you didn't, fit that description?
Almost perfectly. Actually, when I got in country, as they call it, in the reception center in Benoit, I had just turned 21. It was my 21st birthday. Well, finally legal to be able to go to a bar, and I'm in the reception center in Benoit, Vietnam, starting a full-year tour in Vietnam.
I haven't been in the field that long, but the new guys that come in, you can see that after 1 or 2 missions, a lot of them mature quite a bit.
Throughout the documentary, we got to hear from you. You were actually very candid, painting a very grim picture of your experience out there.
Damn, he's sucking from both ends.
Trudging through leech-infested waters, the blistering heat, wanting to give up at times. You talked about the morale being low.
You just want to throw everything down and say, the hell with it.
You also said at one point,
it's a bad experience, but in a way it's I figure everybody learned something from it.
What did you learn from the war?
I guess I just learned a lot about the world and other people, and I guess, frankly, how lucky we are.
He is fighting to save his life, for his pride, for the Vietnamese children, and against the specter of communism. He sometimes thinks we are winning, but he can't explain what we will have won.
Did you know what you were fighting for in the war?
Well, at that time, I knew what we were supposed to be fighting for, and we were, at that point, quite frankly, we were losing.
That's right.
You know, you're fighting an enemy who you don't know who it really is either, because you're in Vietnam, you had regular Vietnamese citizens, you had the regular army, Vietnamese, and you didn't know the North Vietnamese from the South Vietnamese, so it was very confusing.
He is lonely and he is angry. He will come home much older, skinnier, sadder.
At the time of this documentary, we know you were private first class. You worked as an assistant machine gunner. You were also an aspiring biology teacher. So what was your experience coming back home?
You know, and I kind of had a chuckle and said I wanted to be a biology teacher, because I don't think I ever really, I maybe said that, but I didn't really mean that. I was not a gung-ho army troop. I mean, I just wanted to get, do my duty, get through it, and come home and move on with my life, which is what I did. After I got back, I re-enrolled in college, went back to St. Cloud State, ended up getting a marketing degree from St. Cloud, met my wife, married, and that was basically it.
Well, John, I want to thank you for taking the time to reflect with us now 50 years after the war has ended, 55 plus years since you were there. We appreciate you taking the time.
Okay, thank you.
For more stories like this, don't miss our WCCO special, Vietnam, 50 Years Later, right now on YouTube. You can click or tap and start watching right now, or you can find the link in the description. And while you're there, hey, give us a like on the video and subscribe to WCCO's YouTube channel.